Good evening. I am Christopher Butowski. Here is my report for my final project, Revealing the Hidden Emotions. Under the contents, we have introduction, emotional wellness, identity and improvement, comparison of current behaviors to ideal behaviors, health risk and diseases associated with current behaviors, the trans-theoretical model of behavior change and the stages of change, behaviors identified to decrease health risk and improve emotional wellness, 3 SMART goals and why they are chosen, how behavior change models predict success, 3 barriers that can deter changes from being made, 1 way each barrier may be overcome, 3 motivational techniques to maintain the plan, emotional philosophy of personal views and beliefs, followed by references. Emotions may be one of the hardest wellnesses for someone to reveal when there are stress factors present. The daily events and lifelong goals are not falling into place for a benefit of emotional wellness to integrate with the social, spiritual, environmental, occupational, intellectual, and physical wellnesses. Because of this, emotional wellness is one dimension that needs to improve to meet these lifelong goals. With emotional wellness, 3 lifestyle factors concerning work schedule, college research, and time management are responsible for a low assessment. Following the identity of emotional wellness is the comparison between current behaviors and ideal behaviors of physical exercise and personal time. From the current behaviors associated with the lack of time for emotional wellness, there are health risks and diseases associated with the negative emotions if the consequences are left unchanged. With the negative emotions kept hidden, coordination with the trans-theoretical model of behavior will be received or reviewed to explain the readiness to change. Following this coordination will be to identify 3 behaviors to be an advocate against the health risks and improve the emotional wellness. Following these behaviors is the development of 3 SMART goals to include specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and trackable material. After this, a review of supplement material including the social cognitive theory, theory of planned behavior, health belief model, and trans-theoretical model will help predict the success in making the change in emotional wellness. When wellness may be on a positive direction, there are 3 barriers that may prevent changes from being made. When these barriers cause an obstacle from accomplishing better emotional wellness, there are 3 motivational techniques that will re-engage the plan to keep emotional wellness on focus. Following this focus is the philosophy based on personal values and beliefs, to review how emotional wellness can gain strength and lower weaknesses against the stress in a behavioral change and integrate it with the other 6 wellnesses again. The purpose why emotional wellness was the dimension chosen was because it was one of the hardest to actually display toward the individuals or people in general without showing a sign of discomfort. With 3 stresses of work consisting of schedules, college research and assignments, deadlines, and time management, it is hard to feel any sign of relief from stress factors against this emotional negativity. Though overtime is good for personal pay and company goals, the stress involved with mandatory schedules is making it hard to accomplish serious, valuable research for assignments in college and retain current studies for a successful career. For instance, when the disruption of time management between job duties and education consistently happens when the exact day of work matches the due date for the college assignment, the stress builds from serious loss of sleep, causes fatigue, when trying to sleep and may lead to cognitive dysfunction. Loss of physical activity and personal time. During previous assessments, the emotions were explained to show relation to what activities are done between work and college schedules, but time management has increased decomposition in the reduction of emotional wellness further than previous assessments. It is possible to routinely manage in a categorical manner for the purpose of planning, tracking, and documenting activities. But assignments have to be finished every night between rotating duty schedules. The duty schedules Monday through Sunday are 0600 to 1830 as a weekend shift, and Tuesday and Wednesday nights, their shifts are from 1900 to 0530. When college assignments land on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday night for completion, there's hardly any personal time to allow physical exercise or sleep until finalizing an assignment on Monday nights. The only improvement at this time is physical exercise on Monday nights after college assignment completion and a small amount of time on Tuesday and Wednesday morning before returning to the time schedule. Current stresses on emotional wellness are with improper eating schedules, loss of sleep, and minimized time for exercise. Due to the recurring summer overtime schedules at the job site, it is limiting personal time to accomplish some things that may easily be completed if working a regular 40-hour schedule for the extra allowable time to complete other activities. Because the schedule and traveling distance between work and home, the options are using internet connections at fast food convenient restaurants. Though it is not recommended to use high traffic areas for modes of study or caffeinated content to keep awake after duty schedules, it does help to keep awake to get enough research and assignment performance completed. Knowing the health risks of associating overwhelming amounts of caffeine, there are limits because caffeine is a stimulant that speeds up heart rate, temporarily increases blood pressure, and disrupts sleep. Time limits between job and college, eating late at night, and combining caffeine to keep from falling behind on assignments is actually hurting a decent night's sleep. Because schedules between work and college conflict with each other, it is hard to achieve the full desired exercise sessions at the gym to maximize aerobic and anaerobic health. Ideal behaviors to have would be proper eating schedules with home-cooked meals, work an appropriate 40-hour work week schedule with consistent work days ahead of converting two schedules to nights, and feeling a loss of time to get sleep according to Frontiers in Psychology. A decent night's sleep between 7 and 9 hours can help the body heal from stress and physical wounds, retain memory, and prevent cognitive function loss. Combinations with eating at a decent time, limiting caffeine with reduced working hours, and more time for exercise can increase the physical wellness of self and work on helping the emotional wellness go in a positive direction. Current health risks on the emotional wellness and its indication of stress negatively impact the human body and may result in heart disease, diabetes, and Alzheimer's disease. Heart disease is mainly caused from plaque buildup in the artery walls, but stress signifies vascular activities when not receiving an adequate amount of exercise or diet control. Stress, when present enough times, can amplify heart disease from other factors such as diabetes mellitus and abdominal obesity. With concerns of emotional discomfort, enough stressful behaviors that happen for numerous reasons of personal functioning, loss of sleep, and consistent anger in thoughts during the day and during sleep can trigger the onset of Alzheimer's disease. Those individuals who subject themselves to fear, anger, disgust, and sadness tend to typically pull more negative stimulation into the mind, which stress neurological cells results in not finding positive mood, affection, or amusement. If overtime schedules will come to an end at the job site, then stress will be relieved enough to lower the chance of getting either heart disease or Alzheimer's disease. Even though personally using time management helps the best it can, the facts of stress that are building up could trigger these negative effects. The hardest part is that the income is needed to pay for rent, vehicle, child support, and college classes faster than just regular working a 40-hour work week. The trans-theoretical model of behavior is a progressive ladder that runs through a series of behavioral stages in an individual's life to show how they want to take control of health or relieve themselves from a bad habit. Each step can be used to calm cravings of food, drugs, and illegal substances, and can also be used to increase a person's drive for an exercise plan or healthy regimens. The current stage personally in at this time is the action stage. The action stage engages a person into strategies with a commitment to change, and the reward is sleep and exercise when a main assignment is completed for the night. Still working with healthy behaviors to the best of knowledge are assisting the accomplishment against the problematic behaviors through continued commitment, even though there are stressors that trigger the lower state of emotional wellness. The end of the tunnel is drawing nearer for the accomplishment of a bachelor's degree, which brings forth great reward for educational purposes and additional personal time to reduce stressful factors from hurting in the future. 3 behaviors identified or 3 factors that must be changed to keep the action plan of the trans-theoretical model working personally are to decrease the amount of times to keep from eating fast food, drink lesser sugary drinks, and improve hours of sleep. Fast food is a convenience once in a while during the nights of assignments that are due and the free internet connections. However, fast food is known to have too much fat, high in calorie count, not enough complex carbohydrates, and lacks the nutritional fiber to digest food properly. When it comes to beverages, there are drinks that contain no sugar and no unnatural sweeteners, such as unsweetened tea and water. The need to cut down on sugary drinks will start immediately because the simple carbohydrates and simple sugars will harm the human body eventually. Though sugary drinks are taken in moderation, they need to be cut down further and limited to 1 can or cup per day to keep empty calories from eventually causing obesity. For sleep improvement, the best method to use versus living in a noise-infested area is to use muted earplugs to cancel the noise out while sleeping comfortably through the days, personally working nights at the job site. Because hours of duty rotate between 176 employees to get the company the best amount of merchandise and heavy materials moved, the best method for sleep is to isolate the outside noise so it can retain getting a decent night of sleep and be able to work and get homework done more efficiently. The SMART goals must be set to be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and trackable. There are 3 goals that are set and definitely are attainable. These goals are to improve aerobic fitness, to burn 50 calories more in 30 minutes on a treadmill, graduate with a bachelor's degree in 6 months, and qualify for a better job with better pay in 1 year. The reason for the first goal is the gradual improvement of burning 50 more calories per run to get personal weight down from 198 to 193 pounds over the next 3 weeks, and burning the extra 50 calories and eating more vegetables rather than chips should help this goal. Graduating with the bachelor's degree is attainable and realistic because 5 classes left should take up about 6 months to complete. Because personal knowledge has gained increased knowledge from the military, prior jobs, books, and supervisors through the past 2 decades, looking forward to what was learned and applying to knowledge to newer subjects will be victorious. The reason for the third goal is because a completed degree shows progress towards professionalism and readiness for increased responsibility. With responsibility comes working skills and application for specific jobs in the medical and practitioner career fields. When the degree is complete, higher pay and more options should be revealed, but if not, then it would be better to start at the bottom position and work upward toward higher pay and qualifications. Three behavior models are the social cognitive theory, the theory of planned behavior, and the trans-theoretical model. Each one of these brings success to health and wellness by congruency to relate with each other and the steps they have toward bettering healthy outcomes for all individuals who endure what they learn and carry forth with discipline to reach goals and perform the goals all over again when the next step is for improvement. The social cognitive theory helps predict success by remembering what consequences there are before re-engaging focus to move forward. It focuses on self-regulation through self-monitoring, self-judgment, and evaluative measures to benefit in interventions based on health outcomes such as asthma, arthritis, weight loss, and cardiac rehabilitation. For health and wellness to prevail, a person will see what has happened to them or learn from those who have experienced it already. From the moment an individual finds their needs to work within this model, they can rehabilitate from the program and succeed to become healthy again regardless of age. The theory of planned behavior predicts success by a person's normal influences, positive or negative attitude, and how his or her intentions will mediate toward the readiness to be involved toward a given behavior pattern. The theory of planned behavior develops health and wellness by an individual's age of control over the behavior they are accomplishing, and giving an intention will suffice as a predictor for achieving that specific goal. The trans-theoretical model predicts success, helps individuals go through progressive stages as transitory rehabilitation and recovery. Such a mode has been used to help people quit smoking, get help from Alcoholics Anonymous, and achieve non-drug exercise health plans for fitness and physical therapy for patients who overcome limited ability. These tests using the standards will help individuals on their own or partnered up with a team and or medical professional. Each stage can be repeated to help a person achieve their desired results with enforced discipline to succeed in their health and wellness. Each stage is meant to give room for improvement because not everyone makes it past the pre-action stage without going back. With goals achievable for the long run, many individuals take anywhere from 6 months to 5 years to accomplish a desirable outcome. 3 barriers that can keep a person from following through with the programs to return or improve health are failure to start, letting the feeling if a bad habit to return, and giving up when the goal was almost complete. There are some people who procrastinate and feel unmoved to become more healthy. They do not feel as if their health was in bad shape, and as a result, their health declines while they are unaware of the changes. Individuals who have devoted time to the change models of behavior have passed the first few stages, but being influenced by the wrong people can hurt them when they are taking action. Once a person returns to their bad habit, even once, they are back to the pre-contemplation stage again. There are some people who feel the influence has returned by medical emergencies in the family, rise of certain stress, or is in their personal lives and obligations that make a person think about what bad habits they feel are necessary to counteract the thought of perception of what causes the stress to build and turn away the success that was once overcome and go back to the bad habit. One way each barrier may be overcome for a person is to be successful in their health and wellness. There are a number of factors to consider to depress the cravings of bad habits and keep them away. These barrier-breaking factors are social wellness, meditation, and exercise. Social wellness is the involvement of communication with others of the same deterrence and good support groups that stick with individuals for the longevity of the programs and ideals that promote the bettering of their health and wellness. To keep a person from having the feeling of breaking the good habit to have a bad habit repeat, stronger intervention from friends, social workers, peers of the same program, and medical professionals need to stay alert to their moods and changes. The first thing some people do is look for the habit that makes them feel at ease, and it ends up taking much longer if the program was already underway with the progressive ladder of the behavior change theory. One possibility to help control nerves and keep up with social status is for a person to enroll in meditation classes and eventually develop their own meditation. Meditation can ease heavy breathing and calm the nerves, which may help the individual feel refreshed to start up from pre-contemplation back up to the action stage again. The third way to break a barrier of bad habits is to develop or increase physical exercise. The exercise can be anaerobic or aerobic to promote heart health and muscular resistance, which will save a person from having major health problems in the musculoskeletal system and improve heart and lung function while deterring them from going back to their old habits. Physical exercise is one factor that benefits not only the wellness of a person or program, but it also benefits the mind and spirit. When one gets involved with exercise, it curbs the desire to smoke or drink because the effort to improve the body are engaged and in focus. Three motivational techniques to maintain the plan for emotional wellness is the use of internal motivation. Self-confidence of what one can do that others could not do, and spend time with friends to discuss daily events. Internal motivation emphasizes current health and happiness instead of future health, fitness, and positive body image. In order to keep good physique, it is better to be relevant today while doing a workout and run rather than think about the future, because once the workout is over today, then the sign of relief will signal a repeat for the next day. Self-confidence of what one can do will define the desire to do something good to be successful for the day. Whether it be to do a 5-mile jog and a decent workout at the gym, or build a project that can ignite what others have not seen before, and this decreases stress and is motivating because it is possible that few others have ever done what can be done right now. Spending time with friends to discuss daily events improves emotional wellness and work with social wellness to better the coping of feelings and relativity to situations that not only work with oneself, but with their friends' needs as well. This in turn detoxifies the stress that could have been kept internal and eventually become a problem, resulting in a change of events from depression to concerns with the heart and mind. Personal views on emotional wellness possess the drive to want to do something to change the perspective of how work, education, and physical exercise engage on a personal standpoint. When reading through an entire class of the 7 dimensions of wellnesses, all the other 6 wellnesses are high and work well with the spirit to keep moving forward. The emotional wellness is enough to believe that it works to create balance between social behaviors. Even though no signs of emotions are known by everyone to hold back while moving forward, but it depends on their work schedules compared to personal factors that tie in, such as school and work schedules, matching educational assignment due dates to work schedules, and it gets rough to deal with one or the other when both jobs and college are needed. The best thing to do is make a schedule for time management purposes and use preventive measures to get better sleep and workout schedules between the job and the educational goals. Emotional wellness will be restored fully when stress is lifted and schedules fall into place to where vacation time is permitted on a 2-week break from school to recuperate and get relaxed and give relaxing time and social behaviors back in the personal views with personal friends.